Hey guys, how is everyone doing today? It's another wonderful day, quarantined or self-isolated. This video today, I have a few updates from the last couple of videos that I posted, mainly the one where Amy went into the gas station after she had gotten off work and they told her to leave. And not just that, there's also going to be more to this video as well. Right after we get back from the intro, I'm going to jump right into it, so stick around. It's going to be interesting. So, like 2 videos back, I posted a story where I was talking about I was really upset. It floored me that Amy got off work. She stopped at a gas station to get fuel, and she went inside to get her a drink. And the gas station attendant, it was an older guy, he told her, no, you can't be in here. You've got to leave. Okay? Going through the comments, everyone asked, so when they told Amy to leave, what did she do? Did she scream and holler? Did she pitch a fit? She just basically told them she would leave after she got what she needed. You see, if somebody came into the hospital and they came to her floor, they would go into an isolation room to start off with, all right? Then any nurse who went to that room to take care of that patient, they would be required to wear what they call a PPE. And basically that is it covers their entire body, and it protects the nurse from whatever contaminants that person has. I mean, it completely covers their scrubs and everything. So the scrubs that they wear, they would not be exposed to anything because they're completely covered up with this PPE. I don't know if you guys knew that about the PPE, but either way, most of you still agreed with me that it was pretty ridiculous that they were rude to her and told her to leave. There was a few of you in the comments who had a different opinion, which is okay too. That's kind of why I'm making this update. Plus, there was a huge majority of you that asked, what did she do when they told her to leave? And basically that's it, though. She told them she would leave after she got what she needed. She didn't blow up or curse them out or anything like that, surprisingly. In my opinion, though, like, I know the world, everybody in the world is scared right now. I know everybody's worried. These are unprecedented times. None of us who are still alive really have ever been through anything like this before. I still think they were wrong for treating her like that. And, you know, if they were to get COVID-19 from another store visitor and then they came into the hospital, she would still take care of them, even though they were so rude to her. Hopefully, they don't get it, though. All right, moving on now, because I have a couple of other things to talk about. 4 videos back, I posted the video COVID-19, Everything You Should Know. And in that video, I talked about how the coronavirus started. I talked about how it affects us physically and economically. And I talked about how the only thing that comes even remotely close to this that we've ever experienced before in human history was the Spanish flu in 1918. Well, I was doing some more research, doing a little digging, and I actually found some newspapers from 1918, and remarkably, the solution to stopping the 1918 Spanish flu is exactly the same as it is now, 102 years later. nothing's really changed. I found it to be remarkable that nothing had actually changed in all these years. And I'll show you the papers. You can see they told everyone to wear masks. One paper even said that their masks were 99% influenza proof. Other papers told everyone to wash their hands religiously, which is again the same exact thing that they're saying to do now. And then I found a few advertisements for miracle cures for the Spanish flu or H1N1. I'm sure that they never worked, but back then they didn't have the same standards when it comes to the FDA like we do today. I mean, these days they test everything. I just thought it was really interesting to see those old newspapers from 1918 and to see that basically they combated the Spanish flu 100 years ago the same way they're telling us to combat the coronavirus. Now, we don't have any miracle cure ads, but I did get this in the mail the other day. President Trump's coronavirus guidelines for America. Then if you flip it over, it has all the basic stuff to follow. You know, if you feel sick, stay home, wash your hands, don't touch your face, everything they've been telling us to do. The last item I'm going to talk about here in today's video is going to be about my leg. Now, you got to look at the humor in it. It's kind of a funny story, sort of. So most of you watched where I went to the surgeon this past Thursday. That's when he cut on my leg, and I was in so much pain. He told me it wasn't going to hurt, and then he started cutting, and it hurt so bad. And they put that silver nitrate stuff on there to make that chemical burn to stop it from bleeding. God, it was so painful. Before that, my leg never really bothered me. But since Thursday, it has hurt me day in and day out, no matter what kind of medicine I take. It has hurt every day since. And the only thing it could be is that he cut that stuff off, which left, you know, my leg exposed, I guess, is why it's hurting. But after he did the cutting, he just put the same bandage that he had been putting on, and it's called an Uniboot, which is basically just like a gauze. They wrap around it a bunch of times, and that gauze is medicated. It's got like zinc and iron, all kind of stuff mixed in with it that's supposed to cause my skin to grow back. And they've used that ever since I got out of the hospital and went to see him the first time. They put that Uniboot on there. Well, this morning when I woke up, the Uniboot that was it was right up against the wound on my leg. It was it was under all this. It was what was touching my skin. The part that was touching my wound, I guess it had dried up. So it was actually like stuck to the wound. So I woke up this morning in excruciating pain because it was like actually stuck to the open areas of my leg, to the wound itself. It was stuck to it. So I quickly took off this brown wrap, and there's like a layer of another kind of gauze, and then the Uniboot was under it. And I quickly took it all off. What I was going to do was, because it was just that one spot that was touching my leg that had dried, I guess because it's been on my leg for like 4 days now. So I was just going to either cut it off or reposition the Uniboot so that the medicated parts of it would be back on my leg, and that dry part could be somewhere else in the wrap. Well, I took it off. I needed to go to the store. So my first thought was, when I took it off, is I'm going to leave it off for a few minutes. But what I did was I put some non-stick pads, and then I just stuck the other gauze back on without the Uniboot. I set it on the table next to my bed, and then when I came back, I was going to fix it all back up. At some point after I left, Bella, my dog, went into the room and grabbed it off of my nightstand without anybody knowing. And I don't know what made her go do it, because she normally don't do stuff like that. But she grabbed it off my bed. Before Parker or Amy noticed, she had like chewed it all up. I mean, that stuff is like got this thick, pasty white stuff, which is the medicine, all over it. She had pretty much chewed it all up, but before they even noticed they could get it away from her. Well, it's completely unusable now, so I can't put it back on my leg. Now, Bella, she threw up a couple of times since then, and this has been several hours ago now, so hopefully she's pretty much got it out of her system. She doesn't act like anything's wrong with her or anything. She's drunk a bunch of water. I don't think nothing's seriously wrong with her over it, but I don't have the Una boot to put back on my leg. That's why I say it's kind of a funny story if you look at the bright side of it. I mean, it's kind of like I have another surgeon's appointment tomorrow, which I will probably film so you guys can have an update of what he says tomorrow, just like I did the last one. But am I supposed to go to the surgeon tomorrow and tell him the dog ate my Una boot? Just like as if I was in school telling him the dog ate my homework. So if you look at the bright side, it is kind of funny. On hindsight, it's not, because that thing it's supposed to be on my leg. So the only thing I can do, I got some medicated like antibiotic cream, and I put it on my leg, and I stuck some more non-stick pads up against it, and then I just wrapped a regular layer of gauze, and then I put the other stuff that the doctor put on there up against it. So, and that it's just gonna have to be like that until tomorrow. Either way, that's gonna do it for this one. This one was just me talking, update on what happened with Amy the other day, then the newspaper ads I found, and then this about the dog. I just wanted to share those with you and get them across. I want to thank you all for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Tomorrow, I will be going back to the surgeon's office. I will be filming tomorrow, so we can have an update there. So you can look forward to that one. As always, if you guys want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below. It is always really appreciated, and it helps keep us going. Thank you all so much. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you're all doing what you need to do to stay safe from the coronavirus, and I hope you're all staying safe. Have a great day. Thank you all.